Takes some emotional intelligence for a man to recognize that, though, right? I would say so, for a man to recognize that you're the one, you two are good together. That's what you want, though, right? A guy with emotional intelligence, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
well,
that's
it's not even necessarily emotional intelligence. It actually can be something else as well, right? Like he needs to be in a space where he's open to it. Because if he's right now and he's in this kind of area in his life where he's really stressed out and he's got all these things going on at work and it's pulling him away and he can't have you as a priority because, things hit with the pandemic and then, he lost his job and he's trying to make ends meet and he's not sure how he's going to pay his mortgage and all this kind of stuff. He might not even, see any of this. And then you're kind of chasing after it and it becomes this big problem. And so there's a bunch of things that can come in the way of him seeing that and feeling that for you. He could be at the wrong stage of his life. Right. There's some guys that are they're not looking for that right now at this stage of their life. And they haven't kind of matured into this place where they're actually really looking for it. Because a lot of guys, they're scared to death that they're going to find the right woman too early. Right. Because they're still exploring and adventuring and they're not really ready to be a provider and a protector. And for men, a lot of women don't get this, but for men, that can be incredibly, incredibly important to them that they can provide for a woman and they can provide for a potential family or they can provide for a household so that they can feel like they're being respected by the woman as a man. And so there's a lot of things that could be in the way there. And you want him to be able to choose that, freely choose it with you instead of, you trying to manipulate it into him or force him into it or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you want him to see you as so valuable and so amazing and so special and so much like he's scared to lose you and that you're so important to him that he doesn't want to let you go, that he's like, you're like, hey, I'm gone if you don't figure this out. And then he switches his mindset and he's like, yeah, well, I'm not going to let that happen. So let's make this happen. Or he decides that, his fears and his problems and his stresses are more important than you. And then you can walk away and actually find somebody who's open and ready for the kind of relationship that you want, where you don't have to kind of cajole him and jar him around and smack him over the head a whole bunch of times in order to get him to be there.
Love it. So good. Yeah.